What is happening, ladies and gents? Welcome to another episode of Have a Chat with Ray and Stat. I am Ray, that's Stat.
Evening, how are we?
How we doing, mate?
Yeah, well, how are you?
I'm spectacular, and we've got our mate Mick here with us.
Mickey Sabs, mate.
With the young lads,
Yeah, mate.
How you doing?
the next gen.
That's what they call us, mate.
That's what he calls
Very
us now.
honoured that you boys would even think of me.
Mate, we can't believe you
Go
said
on,
yes,
mate.
to be honest.
Like
Go
I
on,
said, I actually used this line earlier with Ray. You said it was you're bringing out the experience, and I
That's
said
right.
you're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
No,
don't
don't look at it like that.
We're getting the experience in this
I
set.
don't
And listen, man, Mick doesn't come empty-handed, bro. He comes with some sweets from Ablas, bro.
It's lying, bro.
Look at that. We've got some znood.
That's probably the same word that a lot of people use when they haven't seen me for a long time. How do you say it?
I get it.
How do you say it?
It's lying.
Yigglezalane.
It's lying, bro.
Like, what happened, man?
Mate, I can't stop looking at these.
Well,
with you.
stop looking at it. Start setting it up, bro. Set
Yeah.
us up with some sweets.
not?
Ladies
Why
and
not?
gents, we're going to eat while the show goes. We're
Bro,
going to try
how could
and...
I not butt? Sorry to butt in, but I'm driving down your street.
Yeah.
I see cafes and restaurants, a lot of Arab places. How can you still have this physique and be living on this street?
Can I tell you, you are the only person that's ever come around and said, I love your area, it's beautiful, all these restaurants. Everyone else is ripping into
It's God's
Jamaica.
country, mate.
It's
I'm
God's
just
country,
thinking
bro.
about the food.
Mick,
Terrible.
Everything?
What, everything?
You want everything?
Bro, just one.
Can't see, we can just one.
No,
I want
I'm-
everything.
I'm-
That's it.
Just one. Then when the camera's off,
About 5 more.
They will go to town. They will have a bit of a party.
Well, ladies and gents, I want to apologise. We didn't have a Talk to Me episode this week for a couple of reasons. One, couldn't find a guest, as per usual.
scraping
And
the bottom of the barrel. That's what I meant. See,
Here you go.
It's
no,
like
you're
we
just the only one that
couldn't
said yes.
find anyone, so we'll.
You just said yes. Everyone else doesn't like me enough to say yes to do Talk to Me. And two, I had my sister's wedding, so I was kind of I was busy. Yeah, I couldn't figure out the word. But there we go. Yeah, it was a good wedding yesterday. Had some fun. Had Andrews on Friday as well.
Bro, what a night.
It's been a weekend of weddings.
What a night. You could probably tell my voice. But
You're
what a
Gonskis,
night.
bro.
Bro, it was so fun.
You look and sound exhausted.
Oh, yeah. Well, finito, bro.
But
On
I'm
board.
very happy you're still here.
Oh, but of course. Of course, I have to. I have to for the people, mate, you know?
It's for the people.
Celebrated.
I have to. But my voice is, it's finished. But it was worth it.
It's finished. But today we before
was a great
Stato
one.
came by, we had Mick come by. He did talk to me. That's going to come out on Monday. It was a good episode, man.
It was fun, man.
It was good to talk to you.
Very cool, just having a chat, having
Yeah,
a catch
man.
up. We've been meaning to have a catch up, actually, a movie night.
Well,
yeah.
bro, it still hasn't happened yet, has it?
Hasn't, mate? Like everything, we blame COVID.
I think you got to
We
stop
blame
blaming
COVID
COVID.
for everything.
I think you got to
it's an easy
stop
way out,
blaming
eh?
COVID at this
It's
point,
easy.
bro.
Why haven't you mowed your lawn? COVID.
That's a fair call.
Why have you got back to work? COVID. Mate, I hear loud and clear.
Mate, do you know how many apprentices are using that? Thanks, bro. Do you know how many apprentices are using that excuse at the moment?
I can imagine.
One kid got COVID 4 months ago, still hasn't returned back to work.
Mate, that's very good.
Yeah.
That's very,
Interesting
very,
times.
very smart. Like, yeah, I can't use that excuse to work from home, so
Oh, there you go.
I don't have that option, unfortunately.
How's that going for you?
Love it, bro. I still love it, eh?
You know, not many people can do that.
I know.
Not many people, like I'm telling you, like it's an art form. More and more people obviously are able to do it, but
I'll explain why, Mick, though. Because when I joined the company, I started training from home. So I didn't meet anyone. I never had pre-existing relationships with anyone. When I was at Telstra and they told me you had to work from home, I go, that is stupid. That is lunacy. I am not working from home. I'm going to miss the hangout. And I'm still, like, I'm very social on that, but because I haven't really met any of my team, I've only seen them once in 8 months. And I've only seen the people that work from Sydney, that work from Melbourne. So for me, I'm like, man, I can get up as late as I need to, 5 minutes before, turn the computer on, get started, finish at 5 o'clock on the dot. Like today, I finished 5 on the dot, I went straight to sleep. You don't get that luxury, man.
yeah, no, you don't. But like
You don't
more
get
and
that
more
luxury.
people are doing it, eh?
Yeah.
Like everyone you speak to is working from home. I struggle with it, to be honest. I had to do it for
Really?
about 6 weeks. I actually struggled.
See, I love it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love it. I've been doing it for years, but I get to split it up. See, because I'm working at church as well, half the week's from home for Verdo, and then the other half of the week's at church. So it's a nice balance, I get, you know?
Yeah, and you sort of come up with your own routines.
Yeah.
and-
Like, I was doing the wake up 5 minutes before work for ages, but that was just becoming... It didn't sit right with me. So I still do the 5:30 wake up. I
Yeah,
go to
good.
the gym,
Go to the gym. Good on you.
do the
Yeah, you got your
Bible
routine.
reading, the brekkie, all that before work even starts.
I would rather see, like, it's like honestly, like the fact that you guys can do it's great. I actually feel like I have to get out of the house. Like, I learnt to deal with it, like, for 6 weeks or whatever it was. But I feel like I've got to I actually enjoy the experience of getting up and maybe even going to a cafe. So even if I've got the home office set up, I'd rather go to the cafe.
Yeah, at least something.
The problem is, but when you go to a cafe,
mate,
you lose track of time. Well, I try to just go coffees. I have 2-3 coffees.
Then you're having 7 coffees by the time you end
But
it.
the problem is time goes by, and before you know it, 2 hours has passed, and you kind of. I think the workers start looking at you as like, look at this bloke, he's just drinking coffee. But you know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. I rock up to my local cafe, nice place, and it would have been, I think, last Sunday. I rock up and I, open the car door, pull the laptop out, to put over my shoulder, and the manager of the cafe, it would have been probably 7:15, 7:20. He's sitting sort of like on the stool outside of the cafe, just talking to the barista, and then I heard him say, "Oh, this guy here, he stays for a couple of hours." No joke. And I just went,
"Oh my
what?"
goodness!
And I actually said to him, "I go, how long do I stay for?" And he freaked out when he realized. I go, "How long do I stay for?" He goes, "Oh, Habibi, it's okay, it's all right."
What is in your house? You shut up. I'm paying for coffee. I'm sometimes getting sweets.
100%.
Big deal.
But I went there today and I kept checking the time. Like, I don't want to.
Don't let him win, Mick.
No.
You'll be there for 4 hours,
Bro,
Far out,
your
man.
only obligation to that cafe is to buy 1 coffee, and you stay there as long as you want. Do you remember when we went to picnic at Burwood? Bro, speaking of staying for ages, we went for breakfast, and we hung out so much, we ended up eating lunch.
Yeah, done
Yeah,
that.
for
you remember
breakfast,
that?
lunch.
We were just sitting down, hanging out the entire time. So we had breakfast with Abud and Diana.
Yes.
Was it the 2 of us, and who else?
Jamie? Is Jamie there?
Maybe, but I think he left after breakfast.
Like any normal person would.
Like any normal
Wait.
person would.
We stayed through.
We stayed for about
But you're sitting
4
there,
hours.
What good company.
Yeah, of course.
We're sitting for 4 hours, and we looked at each other like, might as well do lunch.
Yeah,
So
why not?
Yeah, why not?
we had
Why not?
lunch.
No, that's beautiful. But like you said, you have to get out, yeah?
I got to get out. Yeah, that's just me.
I'm with you.
I
My
wish
job
I could
requires
do
me
all
to be
that.
in the office all the time, home all the time. So the only time I get out is when, if I have no plans, I'm out. Like, say for example, if I'm doing podcast or whatever I'm doing, say even I did something at my house, some people came over and they left at midnight, I'll go for a drive.
Just
I have to get out every single day. I have to
where
go
do you
for a
drive?
Anywhere. If it means I go 2 streets, I've considered that I've left the
You've
house.
got
You know what I mean? One
fair
time,
enough.
without realising, I drove to Wollongong. I kept going straight, Wollongong. No problem for me. I love it. I was having fun. Yeah. And maybe jam the music, whatever. But I have to get out
You
because
just
of
got to find
taking
your
out 4
outlet.
walls.
You got to find your outlet.
Bro, I love it.
Yeah.
But
Whatever works. We've got at work, so I'll probably rock up about 7:30. Pete or George will jump on the phone. "Oh, where are you?" And we generally start our day at Brighton Beach. There's a cafe right on the beach.
I've heard about this cafe, actually.
Yeah. So that's our planning meeting for the day. You know what I mean?
Nice.
We've got to sit at the cafe, enjoy the water.
How does VMC run, bro? How do
We
you
make
guys
it
run
right.
that
We
place?
make it right. Hey, there's a lot of planning that goes into those coffees.
I can tell you that.
Okay,
How much
lot
of
of
it goes
planning.
into action?
a lot of it.
Okay.
A lot of it.
Listen, I'm just
I just
telling you
remember
right
for a
now.
coffee.
If Stat and I ran a business and we were at a cafe every day, no chance that thing is running.
We start our mornings early. We enjoy the sun. We enjoy God's creation. The sea. There's nothing better than just sitting down and looking out on the water.
And on that
Beautiful.
note of what you're saying, every morning I have to bake an egg roll for me. That's my problem.
Are you making it?
What do you mean?
Bacon egg roll?
No, I'm saying if you go to a cafe, if you ever start a business,
go on the cafe.
But what's
Oh,
the
wait.
ideal bacon and egg roll for you?
Oh, bro. It doesn't matter, bro. Simple bacon, eggs,
But
barbecue
you put
sauce. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's not a common thing that I put sauce, but if I do, it'd probably be barbecue. That's what I go to. But
What about
I do
you?
both.
Do you
Barbecue and smother.
really?
right. I don't think
Little
tomato
bit of both.
hits. I don't think tomato hits as good as it does
But
barbecue.
what about the egg? Do you like the egg runny?
Oh, it has to be sunny side up runny. Has to be runny.
Yeah.
I would not sort of.
People are very particular with their bacon and
I
egg
think-
rolls.
I'm very particular with my bacon. I will not eat bacon if it's not crispy.
Yep, I'm with you.
It has to be.
I'm with
And
ya.
cafes, for some reason, don't understand this. So every time you go to a cafe now, you have to say, I want it extra crispy.
Yep, extra crispy bacon. I
Yeah.
don't have any sauce. I'm old
Okay.
school. I don't even have to say to them sometimes, you don't put all the fancy stuff in. I just want bacon and egg.
Yep.
And I go, what sauce do you want? No
No.
sauce. Like nothing, just bacon and egg. I'm like, yeah, just bacon and egg, crispy bacon.
Bro, when I first moved
That's
out, and was learning how to do life, I would eat bacon as a snack. So I'd cook 6 strips of bacon, burn them as much as possible, and just every day as a snack, 6 strips.
Aren't we lucky that we're allowed to eat bacon?
Ah, bro.
Mate,
I couldn't do it. I could not do it.
what a life.
Honestly.
There was a time at Macca's. I can say the story now. I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again. One of my favourites. So I worked at Macca's for a couple of years when I was younger. And at the time, because I worked at Punchbowl Macca's, there was a lot of Muslims, right? It was majority were Muslims. And so I was like one of the few Christians. So that was my first time seeing firsthand like how the Muslims do their thing, what they do, their day-to-day.
What they eat, what they don't eat, yeah.
Yeah, because I had no recollection. Like you learn at school bits and pieces, your family tell you bits and pieces, but until you actually go see it, especially in the workplace like that, you learn a lot.
Yeah.
So obviously you learn that they eat bacon and all these things. And fair enough, that's all good. That's part of their religion and you respect that.
Yeah.
There was a particular night I was working and I was on a break from work. And the guy's like, man, let me hook it up for you. What do you want? Like, yeah, this, add some bacon into it. And he goes, yeah, haram, bro. You can't have bacon, it's haram. I go, I'm Leber, but I'm Christian. He goes, oh, okay, fair enough. Anyway, I sat there and he goes, but tell me about bacon. Tell me about it. I go, it's one of the best creations of all time. I go, you have to try it. But look, I said to him, look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you have to try it. Nah, bro, nah. I go, have you been? He goes, please. I go, just try it.
You were
I
the
got
devil.
my break, come back. Yeah,
You were the devil to
I'm
this
so
guy.
gone, bro. I went, ate, came back. How was it, bro, mate? Just the way the bacon hit. Macca's bacon is disgusting.
You actually tried it.
And he went, okay, listen. I go, I'll make you a bit of bacon. I go, go to the freezer, have a bit of you, let me know how you go. Where he goes, he comes back, walks off, downstairs, clocks off for his break. He goes, listen, if you tell anyone, I'll kill you. I go, okay. He goes, this burger I get you to make, 3 slices of bacon. I go, no way. Three. Not one. Like any boys would just start off 3. I go, no way. So this I'll put the bacon in. By the way, Macca's bacon, disgusting.
Rubbish.
By the way, absolute garbage. I had to bake it like a bit extra to like. But I G'd it up too much as well. Like, oh, it's the best bacon. It's garbage, but I had to G it up to get him to try it, and he loved it. He goes, Wallah, don't tell my family. Wallah, this. Wallah. I go, Habibi.
You reckon that was
I gotta
his
ask you,
first time
bro.
up to go three?
So he's look, it's a bit extreme, especially Macca's bacon's disgusting.
I think he was going like, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out well. I think that's what it was.
If I'm gonna have my
can't
debut,
do-
like a debut bacon, I'm gonna go hard.
Listen, I can't do bacon in burgers though.
Nah, I can.
Nah, I can't do it. It's not worth it, bro. To me, it's just like, what are we doing here?
No,
Bacon's perfection.
bacon in burgers, pineapple in burgers.
Pineapple's good.
I can't do beetroot.
No,
Why?
Yes.
What are you
yes,
talking
Mick.
about?
Don't leave me hanging, Mick. Don't leave me hanging.
that's the most-
Thank you.
That's the most
beetroot.
Aussie thing in the world, beetroot in burgers.
That's
is.
disgusting.
I'm not a beetroot fan.
I'm not a
You
beetroot
know,
guy.
You actually like it?
I love it.
Really?
Mum and Dad used to own the takeaway shop back in the day. So their takeaway burgers are unbelievable.
So you got a good association.
Beetroot,
with it, yeah.
pineapple, everything, the lot. You know what I can't do that everyone loves is Maltesers in their popcorn.
Now that is
Yeah, I
very
know,
good.
I know. It's a big.
Why though? Is it because it melts?
No, I love popcorn so much that I don't like adding anything to it.
You have an appreciation for it and
No
stay the way it is.
flavoring, nothing. I just want my
Raymond.
popcorn plain.
What about M&Ms and popcorn?
Ooh.
Just no chocolate and popcorn.
No, listen, just separate the two. I love
is
Maltesers.
one
I love
of
popcorn.
the
Just don't put them
greatest-
together.
Like experiences of being at the movies.
Okay,
I know
but me,
people
Mixing
love it.
your...
yeah.
I'm going to tell you another story. Sorry to cut
No,
you
no,
off.
that's fine. But,
You-
but before you get to that, so I'll cut you off first.
Okay.
What M&Ms?
I like peanut.
Yeah.
I do like the
Okay,
peanut.
but crispy is so much better.
The crispy peanut. The mix, the is it the green
mshaka.
packet or the blue packet?
Oh yeah.
Mshaka.
Oh, the green. The green
Yeah,
is
which is
mshaka.
a mix.
Yeah.
So we're just talking about how we
Talk
don't...
closer to the mic for me.
Yep. We were talking about how we don't do much work at work, but we do.
Yep.
But there are days where we want to treat ourselves.
Of course.
And
Big planning meetings.
with,
Yep.
in gold class. Cinnamon.
What is this
Yes.
workplace?
So we've done that a couple of times now too. And
You know who's gonna love hearing this is Mick Hader. I'm sending this straight to him.
Big love.
The guilt on his face.
I probably shouldn't be sharing this story. I took an annual leave day. But yeah, and that's gold class. Small tub of popcorn. We get our Maltesers. This is a pack each, like fatties. But Pete's not really overweight, so he can. It doesn't.
He
Look
can
so
take it
bad.
to
It
two
doesn't
bags,
look so
doesn't
bad
matter,
for him.
Yeah,
But
it's
for
alright.
me, it looks
I
terrible.
just can't
Yeah,
do
we
it.
mix them and
Listen, it does taste good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's disgusting. It's filthy. You're a bunch of idiots. I get it. I just don't like doing it. Like if it's there, all right, yeah, but you've ruined the popcorn. I'm trying to get past the Maltesers to get to the normal
there
popcorn.
you go.
I just love
Yeah,
my
nah,
normal
it's a
popcorn, bro.
wonderful creation.
It's wonderful. I feel like it makes a bad movie good.
Oh yeah, a good popcorn feed will make a bad movie good. For
Yeah,
sure.
but Mick, I didn't get through the movie.
This guy falls asleep
I
every
thought
time.
every
Do
movie.
ya?
Every movie.
Really?
Mick, yeah.
He hates movies. bro.
Really?
Hates it.
It's very select what I'll watch, but 99% of movies are okay.
Really?
Yeah. And maybe if I'm having popcorn and Maltesers or
Do you fall
M&M's,
asleep
I'm
at
definitely
this-
having it than sleeping.
But do you fall asleep at the cinemas like you do in front of the like we fall asleep in the
Oh
lounge?
yeah, that's not even a question. It depends on the movie. Like
Listen,
I said, if I want
you're-
to see
you're
a movie
talking-
and the first 30 seconds I don't like, I don't.
You're talking to the guy who fell asleep watching Back to the Future.
Hated it.
Not a fan, eh?
Nah. Only good thing
So
was
what's
the
your
soundtrack.
favourite movie? Sorry, I'm just hijacking
That's a good
your
question. No, this is a very
It's
good
very
question.
good because there's so many movies that I enjoy. Mate, honestly, it's everyone's gonna hate my guts. I love Cool Runnings.
Show. That is a great movie.
That is
That's
a great movie.
I love
movie.
Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Cool Runnings. The Rush Hour series, fantastic.
Oh,
It Man.
Rush Hour.
It Man. Very different, but It Man.
Okay, so this
Man,
is the
I
part that
haven't
anger.
You ever seen It
It's
Man?
a
That movie?
it's a Chinese movie.
Okay.
I think it's Cantonese that they're speaking the entire time. So you're watching it with subtitles.
The action is
How
fantastic.
do you watch Ip Man, but you can't watch a normal like everyday
Nah.
person? Because that's a niche.
I enjoy
like-
action. So just from the three movies I just mentioned, I enjoy action and I enjoy comedy.
So
But the action that you get in Ip Man is like all karate and that. It's pretty cool.
Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Fair
Kung
enough.
Fu, that's the one. So
At least you got a top 5, but
No, I doubt it.
no.
I've only maybe seen 4 movies. I don't think I got to talk. No. I don't know. Like everyone, like all the basics. Like everyone's like saying Titanic. No, I haven't seen Titanic.
Titanic.
I haven't
yeah,
seen
but
that.
it's a good movie. but
fair enough.
But yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't-
missable.
I wouldn't put it in my top 5.
No, it's
No.
missable.
What's your top 5?
I've got actual. I love the Godfather movies.
They're
Haven't
very
seen
good.
I love the mafia genre.
Okay.
So Godfather 1 and 2.
Quality.
And that's number 2 is probably like the Godfathers. I got to say is probably, you got a sequel. Usually the first movie is the
best.
but that's one of the movies where the sequel
Yeah.
is actually better than number 1 in
Yep.
my eyes. That's like Rocky 2. I actually enjoy Rocky 2.
You enjoy Rocky 2 more than
better
1? Really?
because he beat him.
That's
beat
interesting.
Apollo,
Okay,
yeah.
I like that.
Shawshank Redemption.
Great one.
What a movie.
Stat hasn't seen
You
any
haven't
of
seen
these.
that?
No.
You're coming to mind when we watch
No.
it.
No, he hasn't seen any of these.
Oh, any of the...
No, any
What
of
you
the-
mentioned
any
so
of
far, I
these.
haven't seen.
Doesn't even know what they are.
Bro.
It's very good.
We've got a long movie
What's
night
your
at
last
our
one?
house.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
That's a
saying.
great movie, Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, I've
what,
heard
a,
it's
what a
top
movie.
line.
What's your last one on the list?
Ben-Hur. I love Ben-Hur.
Yep.
But the 1954 one.
Yep.
You definitely haven't seen that one.
Because if it's not nice, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I started with Cool Runnings.
yeah.
There you go.
You know what I also love? I love Blood Diamond. Leonardo
Wow.
DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I
cool.
think that's a great movie because of the ending. And
I haven't heard of it.
Nope. Good movie.
Alright.
Good movie. Really, really good.
Listen,
I'll take it.
mine's very simple.
What's yours?
Very straightforward. Star Wars, obviously.
Okay.
Gladiator.
Okay.
Rocky 1.
Yep.
Back to the Future.
Yep.
Psycho.
A lot of 80s movies there.
Yeah. Grew up on them, bro.
Yeah.
Dad had them all on VHS taped from
Yeah.
the TV. And, mate, just
Do
went
you
to
ever
town.
watch No Retreat, No Surrender?
Okay. This movie is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
But one of the
And
greatest of the worst
And
movies.
I grew up watching
Yeah.
that thing. I watched that like 3 months ago. And I was like, this is terrible.
Terrible acting.
Horrendous.
But Van Damme, one of Van Damme's first ever movies.
It was his first appearance.
There was a movie he was in before that, though.
No, this was his first official appearance, though,
But it
wasn't
wasn't a speaking...
That's right. This was his first credited appearance.
Yeah.
That's right.
He was... You know what movie? Here's a question for... Now, you wouldn't probably know this one, but do you know what movie he was in? He was in the background of... You know, the movie... I never watched it. I've just seen the scene.
Okay.
I think it was called Flashdance or something like that. And something like
No
that.
way,
He's
was
the
he in
back.
that?
He's in the back, full on doing this.
I haven't
like,
even
this
seen it, no.
80s, This 80s dance.
You guys are nerds.
Yeah, bro. Listen, before we hijack the show, Stat hates his movies. We'll talk about this for ages.
I'm
don't
no
worry.
problem.
Yeah.
I'll take him to this. Hey, it's a win-win for everyone. Is it not? Is it not?
But one thing that you are a fan of is sport, footy.
Preach.
And this guy over
Oh.
here, He has his
he loves
history
the
with the
sport.
league.
Mate, yeah, so I've
This-
heard.
This guy has his history with the league. St George fan,
Footy.
right?
Oh yeah.
That's fun. Being a St
Dragons
George
fan.
fan.
Well, it was fun for it was fun while Bennett was there.
Yeah,
That was a great era. We
beautiful times.
oh yeah, what a coach, eh?
Oh,
Honestly,
oh,
He's going to kill
what-
it at the
what a
Dolphins, bro.
coach.
He's
yeah.
killing it already.
He's just
yeah, he's just great.
oh everything.
He I was so happy when we actually signed him, when the Dragons signed him up, and like he was so good for us. Like 09 minor premiers, 2010 minor premiers, and we win the premiership, and then semi-finalists in like that third year. Then he took off. Like he did what he came to do. He gave us
you
suffering
needed.
fans, a grand
The
final.
probably the three best years in recent memory.
Oh yeah, but like we had some good years as well. Like the Dogs, like up and down. We have
Yeah.
some good couple of years. Strong club, in the office and on the field,
Yeah,
and then you sort of have your back. But every team goes through
Every team does it, yeah, exactly.
it. Yeah,
Exactly,
Love it,
but you're quite the fanatic.
not as much as I used to be, but 100%. I was actually bad, eh?
Now you said you're bad, but how bad? Because I don't know how bad you could possibly have been, and I'm really intrigued to know.
I'll give you. Okay, all right. So before 2010, they hadn't won a grand final since '79.
Yeah,
So 85, like I'm a kid. They made the Dogs beat them. I'm a kid. I don't really remember it. I remember 92 and I remember 92 and 93. They lost against the Broncos. Then they make it against Manly in 96. They lose against Manly. Although it was amazing that they even made the grand final. 99 was terrible. They're leading like 14-2. I actually remember they were leading 14-2 at half time. 2 minutes before full time, Melbourne score. Penalty try. And Melbourne win the grand final.
These are the words of a man that's hurting, bro.
Terrible.
yeah.
We were hurting. All Dragons fans were hurting for a long time. We get to 2005. We're having a great year. So I'd been married a few years. Alison's pregnant with Adria, our first. Parramatta and the Dragons are killing it that year.
Yeah.
Like killing it. We get to September. Alison's due to give birth towards the end of September with Adri. I'm now freaking out because Parra and the Dragons are killing it. Like they're first and second. I think Parra just pipped them by 4 and against to win the minor premiership at the time. And we get to the doctor's appointment, the gynecologist, or and I'm like, mate. So we're talking footy first. Allison's just sitting there. She's the patient. He's a Parra supporter, and I'm being dead set serious. I said, I'm actually really nervous. We're doing so well that if Allison goes into labour, grand final week, what happens if she goes into labour
Wow.
and the Dragons are in the grand final? Like, I'm actually freaking out. Like, truthfully. And Alison's just sitting there. I'll never forget. Alison's just sitting there, like rolling her eyes type of thing, just thinking. And she's like, this is what he's worried about.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, it's okay, we can fix that. So what we'll do, and he's talking to me, he goes, what we'll do, we'll book her in to get induced. You know what that is? We'll book her in to get induced.
No, there's no
True story. We'll book her in to get induced. She's sitting there, and me and him are talking now. We'll book her in to get induced on the Wednesday, so that if the Dragons and Parra make the grand final, she has the baby on Wednesday. You go to your grand final on Sunday, and I remember he said, "Watch the Dragons lose against Parra." So like,
He's my idol.
and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at Alison like, yeah, that works. and she's just like, okay, yeah, she's like,
Very good.
yeah, great wife. She's like, okay, just
No
that's
way,
fine,
she said
whatever.
yes?
Yeah, she goes, whatever.
You're lying. Nah, you're.
Ask her. I'm telling you, dead set.
Wow.
And she, yeah.
And
She
that's
went
when
up.
you knew
She
she
went
was
up
the
a few
one.
notches.
You
Yeah.
had been married for a while, but you knew she was the one.
Yeah, we're hitting 20 years soon. And she said, yep, no problem. Now for her, she just wanted me to be there. Like if she, not like,
It didn't matter.
Our
She
first
didn't want-
baby's been born,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm sort of
She
looking up at
didn't
the
want you watching
screen.
it.
You know what I mean? And I wanted to be there. I actually really wanted to be at the grand final. So anyway, we book it in, and I'm feeling relieved now. This appointment's a success. We go to my parents' house that night for dinner and tell them the story. My mum was horrified. How can you do that? That's not natural. Yeah. And Alice is like, it's okay, mum. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I'd rather that he's just, focused on us having a baby, our first baby. I know I'm going to sound terrible. Like, so, I reckon a lot of women are just going to be like, "You're disgusting, Michael."
This guy's a pig. Yeah, nah.
This is.
But yeah, no, like full credit to her. But
I'm in shock she's okay with that.
But anyway, it doesn't matter because
You guys didn't even make
they
it.
didn't make it. It ended up being Tigers and Cowboys and.
Tigers won.
And I couldn't even watch it. Like, we were at the hospital. I just remember it was on the TV, and I was like, "No, we should be there. I'm not even interested."
Yeah.
And I ended up watching the highlights.
I'm sorry, I've had this kid, man. Yeah, let's go. I'm not happy.
Yeah, I'm not happy. And
I'm not happy. The appointment's a success, but accident didn't turn out well. Hurry up. Let's go.
yeah. But fast forward 5 years, we make the grand final in 2010, and like very good family, you know, like close relation, was getting married, but on grand final day, and I when he gave me the invite, I joked saying, "Please, bro," like I wasn't actually joking, I was actually being honest. I said, "If the Dragons make the grand final, I can't come to the wedding, eh?" Like, and he was like, "Oh, they're not going to make it, so don't worry about it." They end up making it.
You skipped the wedding.
Everyone went except for me, and I went to and I still feel bad today, but I could not miss it, eh? So Alison went, my parents, everyone
Alison went to the wedding?
Yeah, they all went. I didn't go, and I was at Jubilee, cheering on the Dragons.
That is beautiful.
against the Roosters.
That's almost
So-
like bringing it to you tomorrow.
But then I calmed down after that. Like I was like, I've seen it now. I've witnessed
You're
it.
happy.
Yeah.
I was like that with the
Bit of
NFL,
a
actually.
case.
I love NFL, but once I saw the Broncos win, I was good.
Where did they win? I don't really follow.
Super Bowl 50.
What year was that? Couple years
16?
ago?
2016? Yeah, I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
Dodgers have won. I've sort of calmed down on my baseball obsession. Like, still watch it, but a lot less.
Bro,
Yeah.
I just...
There's nothing like it, eh?
Yeah,
like when
it's
your
the
team
best,
wins,
bro.
eh?
It's,
Yeah.
there's no better feeling in
I was
the
watching.
entire world.
I was watching
Yeah,
that Shane
honestly.
Warne documentary, and they were saying just that. Like, they were talking about how he made his 700th wicket, and it was a crowd of 90,000 people.
Oh, yeah.
And when he gets this wicket,
Yeah.
the crowd erupts.
Yeah.
But he said, like, he's never heard a crowd like that because he couldn't even hear his teammate congratulating him right next to him on the field. And they were just like, that's what sport does. It's just the drama
100%.
behind it, the storyline, the achievement, and it's unreal.
But you even watch sports, like you get into it, it's like it's, what is it, like tribalism in a way? Like,
Yeah.
you know, and like even like the Olympics, like I don't watch any of the sports that are on the Olympics, but you'll sit there and watch them because the Aussies are, you know, involved and like diving. I don't know, you know, I don't watch diving.
Yeah, sure.
But you know, it's
And
like
everyone
you want
becomes
your-
a critic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you believe she did the triple front
Everyone's got
flip
this
without
little
the-
set. These idiots, man. Pull me there, bro. Pull me there. And they're tucking into it. But that, yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah,
Judgement
man. Like,
Fanatic, that's your mate.
but
That's-
honestly, I think I lost a lot of credit with some of the ladies, like, you know, the
Listen,
my
you got
sister,
your wife's credit?
yeah, look,
You
she
got your
was
wife's
happy
credit,
with
so who
it.
cares?
Yeah.
Mate,
She was happy to oblige, so
that's it, bro. It's life's a give and take.
Does your daughter know this story?
I think she does. I think they just think that's just
There's not much to say.
Yeah, not much to say. It's just
I love
they
it.
just roll their eyes.
That's so.
Mick, till now, if we lose, I'll potentially cry till now.
If you
If Dogs lose,
the grand final,
anything.
anything, yeah.
That
Bro,
last grand final.
we
was
won.
hard.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Against,
I cried 2012.
Rabbits.
Yeah, 2014, I cried a lot, but nothing to do with that. But 2012, 2014, worst.
That was hard.
Were they Hasley years, both of
Yeah.
them?
Yeah.
Another good coach, eh?
Another great coach.
You know
Just
what,
did us
but
a
I
bit
gotta
dirty.
say, like the
Big
Dogs
dirty.
and the Dragons have a rivalry.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Parra
And Dogs,
Dogs,
yeah,
you
as
know,
well.
that sort of thing.
Talks with everyone pretty much.
Yeah,
Literally.
it's all the like the
Yeah.
Wog.
Yeah, the Walk Tribes.
Yeah, but watching the Rabbits actually beat the Dogs, not because it was the Dogs, but just like how good is it for rugby? Like how good it was it for rugby league
at the time, yeah.
Watching the Rabbits win the grand final.
No, it was. If you look at it from a perspective, in that sense, it was very good.
Oh yeah,
Very good.
and
Still
then
sucked.
But as a fan, it still sucked. But when you look at it in terms of like when you put yourself out of it, it's broader for the game.
because they hadn't won it for ages, and then who won after? Was it the Cowboys?
Cowboys won after.
And then you had the Sharks win.
Yeah.
Like, how good's that? Like, all these teams. Now we just want Parra to win. Like,
No, we don't.
You
No,
know, okay. I actually like to see it just
No.
because if it's not the
I
Dragons.
want to make it very clear. We do not want Parra to win.
Nah, bro, listen, I'll tell you this.
Ever.
I'll tell
It's
you
just been
this.
so long. Like,
No, I don't care.
Nah, stuff them. I'll
No.
tell you, bro.
Listen,
Growing
they're the
up
one
there-
team. Oh, no, I can't do it.
Why Parra?
It's just the people that go for Parra, bro. I can't do them. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I can't do them.
Just lost 18 listeners.
Okay.
I know, we don't need them. No, but that's it. I can't do it,
right.
bro. That's the one team. And I was convinced that they were going to win it recently, a couple of years back. I was convinced. And I was actually like, yeah, good on them.
Yeah.
But I can't do it. Like, the more I think about it and just the repercussions of them winning, it's just bad for society.
Yeah.
Bro, you got to look at it this, Mick. So growing up, we were told we hate the Saints.
Yeah.
We hate the Saints. Don't show any love to them ever. They're the Saints. We hate them. So it was perfect. So that tribalism was fantastic. Then he became Parramatta. And then it got inflated when obviously Timmy played for him. And listen, I bared Parramatta because Timmy was there.
Yeah.
I'm bored. Like, you know, head up and I'm man. Like,
I'd like to see them win for him. Yeah.
Yeah, like if he's part of it, if he gets to make history, I'm all for it.
Not for the club.
Yeah, it's not for the club, for him. And then when they went through their dreadful years, and then when he finished up his time, it's like a switch, bro. It's like I knew the second he retired, I hate them
Again.
with all my heart, and I hope that when I live to 70, 80 years old, they haven't won a premiership, bro.
Oh, bro, it would be beautiful.
I promise you, I promise you. It's people talk about Parramatta as they're such a good side, and that they are dreadful.
They are the most average side there is.
Forget that. From the office, from how they run, to the coach who is a manipulative bloke who gets away with the media and all these contract extensions when he is garbage.
Really? You think so?
Bro, he's rubbish, bro.
He's woeful.
He's rubbish.
And you know why?
The office is a joke.
Yeah.
The players, they don't have a superstar to take them to that next level.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know. Who have they got these days?
They got Mitch
fullback.
Moses. Oh, Gutherson.
Gutherson.
Garbage.
Great player. Really?
Nah,
Yeah,
not
I
worth
actually
it.
rate him.
Not a top 10 in my eyes.
Go put him in another
Believe it.
team, see what he does.
If you move to 5'8", he could be something. He could. Because he's good. He can play the ball like he's all right in that sense. He gets his hands on the ball. He can throw it a cut out. He can put people through a hole. He's okay. But haram, like their fans, they get so G'd up. They win all. This is the Parra fan mentality. They win these garbage games, right? Haram, shame for Haaland. Like they're very happy. And like, oh, look at us. We're the best side of all time, whatever. They'll come against the top teams. They'll get burnt. Or they'll win a few. And they're like, oh, now we're going to really do something here. They come to the finals and they choke every single time.
They've won a couple of those pre-season comps over the last 15 years or so, like the sevens.
Because that means a lot, eh?
They win their premierships in
The
March.
thing for me as well is if they don't win in the next 10, 15 years, it's even better because they spent so much money on a stadium and their leagues club. It's just like, yeah, let's build up this place, and it did nothing for them. It makes makes me even happier. Listen, I watched the Tigers documentary, and all I thought was, I want these boys to win.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed that.
If they made a Parra documentary, I would be supporting them losing the entire time, even if I saw sparks of goodness.
I think I'm a fan of Michael Maguire.
Love him.
Yeah, I really
Madge is
like
good.
him. Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
I think what he's trying to do at the club is he's a premiership winning coach. He isn't some bloke who's just come from random.
But twice. He won in the UK.
Yeah, won in the UK.
Yeah.
So he's a two-time premiership winning coach. He knows what it takes for him to win.
Not in the NRL though, right?
He won once in the NRL.
Yeah, Bunnies. He
Bunnies,
coached.
He beat us.
Sorry.
He beat us.
Yeah.
So he knows what it takes. 7, 8 years on from winning that,
Yeah.
he knows what it takes. It's the players that need to get on board.
He's just a good bloke, though.
But he's genuinely a good bloke.
very nice.
Watching that doco, he's just a good bloke.
Yeah,
A lot of people say it.
I want to go to war for him. You watch it. You think,
Yeah.
have a little bit, but I'll do it for you.
Yeah,
Get
but
rid of
there
half
are-
these lads.
It's true, but you're right what you said. Like, and that's like anything though. You
course.
gotta wanna like play for your coach or
Yeah.
win for your boss or like work hard,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Like,
Yeah,
whatever
exactly,
you're
yeah.
talking, whether it's
a
sport
big role.
or business. Yeah,
Do you follow cricket at all?
I used to back in the day, but not anymore.
Stat, can you explain the Langer story to him?
The who?
So
Our coach, our Aussie coach.
So
So
Justin
I know
Langer.
he quit.
Yeah.
Quit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened was he had been coaching for about 4 years. So he took over Darren Lehman,
Yeah.
who was the previous coach.
Yeah.
And what happened was very successful stint as a coach.
Yeah.
There were moments where he blew up and he kind of, there were times like as anyone would as a coach or as a boss would blow up at their colleagues or like at their, the juniors, whatever. Blew up about a couple of things. And the documentary was kind of like a tell-all.
They did a
that
documentary
bit more.
called The Test.
Okay.
Basically from the sandpaper scandal and how we went to play that next test. But probably the best sports documentary I've seen.
Really?
I would
on what,
even.
KO or Netflix
It's
or?
on Amazon.
Amazon.
Oh, okay.
I even rate it more than the MJ documentary they did,
Yeah.
Really?
and that one's really good.
That was really good.
This one's better. I've never seen any documentary film crew get that much detail.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Okay.
I know you're not into cricket. Watch this doco.
Really? Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, so,
Anyway.
it takes him through a very rough period. So we get done with the
Hardest
St.
period
Patrick's
in
scandal.
yeah.
We lose our captain, Smith Warner, and at the time Bancroft as well. It was a regular 11 for the Aussies. So we go through a very tough time. He pulls us through. And look at the last few years. We won World Cups. We won Ashes. We won many tests. We would go to all over the world. We're carving up. And just the most recent Ashes, we won 4-0.
Yeah.
Couldn't sweep them, unfortunately, but we won 4-0. Anyway,
Unbelievable series that
it was a
was.
great series.
Killed it.
A great series. So and they know that his contract is up. And they know that, all right, let's see what we can do. But because there had been a couple of people who were sooks in the club that kind of had a bit of a rift within the team, they were like, we're not so supportive. Now, this was Pat Cummins' first real test as a captain to really kind of shine and say, all right, how do we go from here? Because this guy, mate, we went through garbage and he took us to where we are. We're number one in the world.
So the majority of the players wanted to play for him?
Yeah. A lot of them wanted to play for him. There were a couple that didn't. So Cricket Australia come to sit down with him. After acknowledging what we've just spoken about, everything they had done in the last 3 to 4 years, they go, all right, we'll offer you a 12-month contract extension.
12 months.
So in that time, it would cover the Pakistan tests over in Pakistan when they leave in about a month or so, and it will cover the World Cup, T20 World Cup, and then we'll revisit.
Yeah.
As well as, on top of that, Langer knocked back a lot of kickbacks
Yes, I heard about that.
because obviously during the time of COVID, he didn't feel like he should be earning extra dollars while
people
majority of
losing
Australia
jobs. Yeah.
are losing their jobs.
It's very selfless. It's nice.
Very
of him.
selfless.
Yeah.
It's huge because how often are you going to get kickbacks like that
Yeah, and not
for the
many would do
successes
that.
that he's done?
Yeah.
So already he's been offered kickbacks for things he's done, which goes to show the amount of success that he's had within the organisation.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, we'll give you a short-term contract.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like if I'm looking at what he's done,
Yeah. You're going 3 years.
you're going 3 years minimum, at least 3 years.
But it's not just that. Like, cricket is it's so different to NRL as well in the fact that you're traveling worldwide. Like, you're not just planning for an Ashes series, which is every 2. Like, you're planning for every single series that you've got coming up. There's a lot in that 1 year.
So he's the one-day coach, a test coach.
So he
the
takes over, he's
2020.
coached everything. Yeah,
He's
Oh,
coaching
yeah.
everything. So to say, oh, you're just going to coach for 1 year.
you're going to coach for 1 year,
Like,
which will cover the Pakistan tour and the World
So
Cup.
it's almost an insult, really.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
spit in the
like,
face.
Yeah.
On top of all that, his family live in Western Australia.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if you guys have heard, but their COVID
Yeah. So he probably hasn't been
machine
there for
hasn't
a
seen
while.
him for 4 or 5 months. On top of all that, so knocked back kickbacks, hasn't seen his family, has done everything to get the show to where they are, number one in the world, and the board go, we'll give you a 12-month extension, and it's like a short-term deal. He was looking for something
As
longer
well.
term.
Wow.
Pat Cummins didn't clarify anything. In fact, he kind of just said, "Oh, we'll just see what happens," knowing that he thought it was time to move on, which was I think was really poor.
But he was interviewed a few times and asked the question, do you want
Yeah.
Langer to resign? And I don't think he could get... He
He
said
couldn't
he
get it.
loved work playing under him, loved him as a bloke, but every time they asked him the question,
Should he stay on?
do you want him to resign? He'd be like, oh, I don't want to get... I don't want to get into that conversation.
Because it's
Yeah.
it's a no.
Yeah.
So
Which is so poor from our captain, man.
it's poor from our captain. It's also poor from our board. Like
Yeah,
how?
100%.
Imagine being number one in the world and then we're saying, "Oh, we give you a 12-month extension." Like it's poor.
I'm
so now,
Sorry. I'm seeing comments online saying, I hope he takes an England contract and just smashes us. And honestly, as hard as that is to say, it'd be good to see him do something like that.
yeah, because England will
He's
open.
loved it, eh? Like, I mean, it's... I did see some comments in the newspaper and that a lot of people, even like, how they, like the newspaper articles will, or online articles will show snippets from like Twitter and, I don't know, I guess Facebook comments. And a lot of people were actually making comments about how poor it was.
Yeah.
That a successful coach, like a coach who's brought them out of, they were down here. They've come and won a couple of, the Ashes and I think their first 2020, wasn't it? Yeah, the World Cup. That they'd actually let him go. And so, like, he actually had the support of the Australian public as well.
Yeah. Because they all loved him. They saw what he did, what he'd done as a coach, and they go, "Well, why would we replace him?
Yeah.
Like, what? There's no point in doing that. Why fix what's working? Like, don't break it if you don't fix it.
Especially
If
after
you
Shake
that
your head
Ashes,
sometimes, eh?
especially after that Ashes, bro. The hardest sporting event in any sports calendar, in my opinion, and we pumped them. It almost was not worth watching because you just knew we were going to take them that day.
You'll sit there, won't you, and watch...
Oh yeah,
Will you sit there and watch an Ash, like the test match?
No problem.
Wow.
My favourite summer Saturday is watching, falling asleep, waking up, and it's still on. That's my favourite.
I used to see it when I was younger in front of my TV from 10:30 a.m. Channel 9, it would start. I'd watch every ball till 6 p.m. I'd never leave my room.
Wow.
I would sit every ball. And I wouldn't understand much as a kid. I wouldn't know much. But I would just think, it can't take 8 hours to get them out. That's what I used to think as a kid. I was thinking, okay, I'm sitting here 8 hours of my day, 7.5 hours of my day, watching this, just get them out. Like, it's not that hard. But I never appreciated it like I did it as much now, or the last couple of years, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, I would watch it. I love the longer form of cricket.
So Stat, what do you think happens now? The whole Langer situation. What do you think happens?
It's interesting to see who would actually want to be the Australian coach now.
That's rough. It's a rough spot to fill.
Yeah, because there's so many people who have come out and... Sorry?
Who are they talking to? Like, who are they...
At this stage, I don't know. They've got the interim coach... I think his name Darren Young or something. I don't know his name. But he's kind of standing for now for the Pakistan series and everything else. But there's no appeal.
Yeah.
Like, if... It's like, no matter what you do, you're not appreciated. So,
Yeah.
Unless there's someone who's really ready to overlook all of that and put some serious clauses in their contract, I can't see who would want to go in and really shake it up.
It hurt because Cummins did such a great job in that last test. And to see him come out like that, it's just like, fuck.
His first real test as a captain, to see how he would handle it.
And not support the coach.
Yeah, but when stuff like this, everyone loves to come out to the media.
Yeah.
Mitchell Johnson loves to come out to the media, rip the captain.
Yeah.
These things you can do privately, but they do it to spice up the storyline.
It just shows where cricket's at right now. It used to be such a gentleman's sport where there was so much respect behind that team, and it's
so
just
now it's hard. Now I don't even know who would be looking to even take that gig.
Did you guys? I mean, even I'm too young to remember, but World Series cricket when it first came out. Do you ever remember? Have you ever looked into the story when Packer decided that he wanted to actually run the game of cricket?
No.
It was all the World Series cricket. You got to look into it.
Okay.
Like, what a story! He actually, because he wanted the advertising rights for Channel 9. In a nutshell.
Yeah.
So he went and started World Series cricket. So, like, you know how you watch a one-day match and all like Australia wears yellow.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got India are they blue?
Yeah, India wear blue.
Yeah. You got South Africa, the green.
Green, yeah.
So that all came about through World Series cricket. So I think it was in the 80s from memory. So you know how Super League started, rugby league.
Yeah.
Same thing, exact same thing. But Packer actually, he came out and was like, "No, I'm going to start a road competition. We're going to call it World Series cricket." So he brought all the big names from around the world to play in this competition, paid them big dollars, and in the beginning, terrible, attendances were low. You had, not many, like there wasn't much success in terms of ratings on TV, and he was actually going, like he was actually having a really bad financial time. His advisors were saying, "Mate, this can't keep going on. We're actually running out of money." But I can't remember how the story goes, but in a nutshell, like he pretty much, like through advertising, you know that "Come On Aussie," that came through, his advertising campaign and whoever he used, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they brought out the colours for every team,
country,
and it became huge. Wow. So then Australia, I think the World Cricket Authority or whatever it was, started negotiating with him, and he pretty much said to them, "I don't want to run the game. I just want the advertising rights. You guys take over. I fixed it up for you in a way. You guys take over.
Yeah.
But I want the advertising rights." So Channel 9 had exclusivity with the advertising, and that's how Channel 9 became such a powerhouse in the...
Crazy.
You got great story.
It's crazy how a
great
guy's
story.
ambition can do something like that, bro. It's insane.
He changed the game of cricket.
Second biggest sport in the world, mate. Second biggest sport in the world.
Yeah.
Finish this off. We're going to do verse of the week.
Verse of the week.
Nicky,
Yo.
you're giving it to us. You're telling us what the verse of the week is. What was it? 1 Thessalonians? Tell me before we started.
Let me get my phone out.
Oh,
I love this one because we none of us love death, obviously. We know where we're going, so that part's reassuring.
Yeah. But
losing a loved one. So go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 13.
Yep.
Do you want to read it?
Go for it, bro.
So, But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. So I love that because it's saying, you know, you may have lost, you know, don't be down. Like Jesus cried when Lazarus died. You know, he raised him, but it's okay to be sad when someone dies. But, you know, relax. If you know where they're going, in other words.
Yeah, don't worry about them.
Don't worry about it. And I just love that. It's so reassuring. It's like, it's true. Like, you know, it's okay to be upset, you know, but I love that, yeah.
Why is that your favourite verse?
I don't know.
It's such a random one, but it's beautiful.
I love it. I've actually loved it for a long time.
Really?
I just find it reassuring that it's all good. Like, yes, so-and-so has passed away, but if they're with the Lord, like they're with the Lord in you know, I don't know.
I like how it says, don't sorrow, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. Like, because we have that hope, because we know Jesus Christ, because we know what's going on. Hey, don't be so upset as a person who doesn't know about that hope, who doesn't have Jesus Christ in their life to change them and make them new.
Have you been to a bit of a morbid conversation? But have you been to a funeral of those that maybe, I guess,
Younger?
No, that are, like, say, an unsaved.
Not saved?
Yeah. It's terrible. Like they're screaming.
Yeah, it's a terrible
But then you
experience.
go to I remember going to, like, Johnny, like when Johnny passed away, you know, we're talking what, are we talking 10 years? Yeah?
9 years.
9 years. And just thinking, like, man, like, is this what a Christian funeral is like? You know, Auntie B, I don't think I saw her. I'm sure she, the poor thing, you know, was, you know, behind
Crying her eyes out, yeah.
But she was such a strong woman. She was helping people. Like, she was giving comfort to other people. You know what I mean? This is the mother of the boy that passed away. Like, and that's why I love that verse. Like,
It's interesting because you're right. Like, when you go to a Christian funeral, or even the Azza, like the condolence nights, when it's someone that's saved, it's a very different type of experience. Like, there's a lot of times, whether it's right or wrong, we're laughing with each other, we're sharing stories, we're like, we're not as sad as we could be, and I think that hope in Christ is massive.
Yeah, I actually like this passage because I as you were talking, I kind of read through it. Because as you read through it, it's like saying there's a reason not to stress. And then it talks about, if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so them that also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him. And then it Jesus up saying, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. The we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet with the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. And then this part where it says, wherefore comfort one another with these words.
yeah.
It's
So
a comfort.
there's a reason.
Yeah.
It's not just saying, don't get upset.
Yeah,
Get upset.
yeah,
okay, but there's a reason that we have that hope, we have that peace. Like you mentioned Johnny's funeral, and I'll go as far as I'll mention the Abdullah funeral with the kids that passed away 2 years ago now. Which I can't believe it's 2 years, by the way. It's insane. But the peace that they had throughout the process of, you know, what actually went down and processing it, I could never imagine, ever, I could never imagine, Christian or it doesn't matter, losing 3 children one hit or losing one child is more than, from what everyone always says, it's insane. He lost 3 in one hit, and that family came out and said, yeah, we forgive the person. And
Huge.
mate, like, because of that peace.
Shows the power of Christ.
It shows the power of Christ. It's that peace that they have in God that they can sit there and say, we know that our kids are in heaven. We know that when we die, we'll be together in heaven.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that story, if no one knows about that story, about the Abdullah story, it's powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Through that, the February 1st of every year is I Forgive Day. Like, if there's someone that, you know.
Yeah. See what's come of it.
Yeah. It's amazing. And all the glory they give to God through that. But it's saying, guys, yeah, they may be dead, but they're with Christ. You know, and they every day they preach that message, the Abdullahs. And you look at it and it's mind blowing.
And it's the same with Bob and Bridget's daughter.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, same thing. Like they've taken that. Yeah, they've taken that sort of those same steps to sort of say, like, you know, let's just forgive. Like, and that's it's true. That's the power of Christ, right? Because there's no Christianity. Yeah. If there's no forgiveness, if we can't forgive, then there's no Christianity.
That's right.
That's what it's about. You know, at the end of the day,
100%.
It's astounding, like, to see what the peace of Christ can do during a funeral, after a funeral, whatever it might be. Like, And that's the challenge to us, is how are we reacting to these sort of situations? Are we allowing Christ to take over? Are we allowing Christ to work through us in those situations? Because it's in those situations where you are more of an impact than you'd realize.
Yeah.
Like you said, with Auntie Abir, the impact she was at that funeral was unbelievable.
Where do you see that?
The impact that I saw my parents be at my grandparents' funerals was,
even that.
you know what I mean? Like, it's astounding. And it's astounding what Christ can do if you allow yourself to be fully engrossed in his word and truly believing and having faith in what he says in that.
But they're okay now.
They're okay. Yeah.
They're happier than us. You know?
That's it.
Yeah.
It's a good verse, bro.
Very
I like
very
it.
random,
It's something
though.
about
Very
it, just-
different.
Yeah, just like I said, no one loves death, like, you know, but
That's a comforting one, man. It's,
Yeah,
it's
it's a nice
a
one.
lot bigger than it could have been. Like, what could be looked at. Like, it's great. Thanks for that, bro. And thanks for joining us today,
thank
man.
you, fellas. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was a little fun.
Thank you. Now we can dig into our sweets.
Mate, I tucked in already.
I finished
Yeah,
mine
I
a long
gotta
time
wait, 'cause
ago.
I don't want to look like a pig. on the screen.
Bro, the faces I was making to camera as I was eating that, let me tell you. And speaking of nice, sweet things, ladies and gents, our RockyTop competition is still underway. So make sure that you jump onto that comp. Your prize is a RockyTop singlet from...
Don't tell me JD's still winning.
He's still winning, bro.
That's lunacy.
Yeah. Ladies and gents, it's not hard to get your name in the draw to win. All you have to do is share one of our posts on a story. as
Ray
a
will
post.
also iron the shirt once it's all done.
Ray will also iron the singlet, so you get my awesome ironing skills.
We'll get his
Guys,
mum too.
you can win the... Hey, I've been ironing for a while now. Ladies and gents, dead set. All you need to do, click one of our posts, any of them, doesn't matter. Could be my face, Stats' face, one of our guests. Share it. There you go. You got one. He's only winning by 4 points.
I've never seen him share it once, but that's
Showing up
something
4
I'm looking
times.
at.
He shared it through his page, Strength in Christ. So,
Yeah.
and shout out to them. Follow them. But all you need to do is share our stuff 5 times. It's once a day for the next week, and you're ahead. Win a singlet. Singlet's worth $50, I think. Something like that. Medium.
Yeah, okay, I won't enter.
But if you're a mixed case, listen, win it for someone you love, you know. It's a free gift. You know what I mean? Just save yourself some shopping. And while you're at it, make sure you tag us. Make sure you tag Joelle with RockyTop. Some of the... Have you had her brownies?
No.
Or her Rocky Road?
No.
Mate, you got to jump on it.
Good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
We'll sort you out. We'll sort you out.
Thank you.
Anyway, ladies and gents, that's another episode done. Stat, where can the people find you?
So for my footy stuff, you find me League Chat with the Stat, but you can find me at Faith Baptist Church, Regent's Park.
Every
was
Friday
it.
and Sunday.
Every Friday and Sunday. We're back to Fridays.
We're back
by
to
the way.
Fridays.
Yeah.
Back to Fridays.
And we're back to
Sunday
Wednesdays this
nights.
week.
Sorry?
Sunday nights too, boys.
Sunday nights, yep.
Get there.
Very
Hey,
excited.
Don't worry about that.
I'm excited. Prayer meeting
I'll be
is
there.
back this week, which I'm
That's right.
so excited
Got
for.
prayer meeting back as
I
well.
miss
Oh, we're
prayer
not zooming
meeting.
it?
No more Zoom, mate. Going straight in.
Face to
Very
face.
excited. Very excited. Mick, where can the people find you, mate? You're not on social medias or anything like that, are you?
I'm not.
Maybe they'll find you at the cafe.
They'll
Friday.
And ladies and gents, you can find me at RayHaddad97 on all the social medias. Make sure that you follow, have a chat with Ray and Stat on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and subscribe to the channel. You know, do something nice for us. Get our numbers up there. Either way, you have a lovely day. Thanks for having a chat.
Take it easy.
Thanks, guys. Well done, boys. Well done.